Welcome back. We continue our Friday focus on ranked choice voting today. Vanessa Diaz Gaumond from the Department of Secretary of State's office joining us live once again this half hour. Thanks for joining us again.
Thanks so much.
So in our first half hour, we talked about kind of the logistics of I get my ballot, how should I be voting so that ranked choice works. We're going to talk a little bit about the tabulation this half hour, and kind of all of that lands in your office once we've handed over our ballot. So let's start with it's Tuesday, 8 o'clock, polls close. Where do things go from there?
Yeah, that's right. So as the polls close, the first thing that we do is we get, so on your ranked choice ballot, you rank your candidates in order of preference. The only thing that matters on election night to get the result is what we rank in that first choice. So if nobody gets a majority of that first choice vote, then we have to do the ranked choice runoff. If somebody does get the majority, we don't do a runoff. When the runoff occurs, our Department of Secretary of State Law Enforcement Division, in collaboration with our really amazing partners, law enforcement partners all throughout the state, will actually go and retrieve any paper ballots that we have to retrieve, and also the memory sticks that hold those tabulations for any of the ballots that have gone through tabulators. Those will all come back to Augusta, and we will run the runoff in what is essentially a really, really big spreadsheet with a special software on a computer that is closed network, not connected to the internet, and basically just tabulates out that result. But it does take us a few days because law enforcement has to physically go and retrieve physical material and bring it back to Augusta.
Just that part alone will be time consuming. So probably the first thing to keep in mind is this is not an immediate process if a race goes to ranked choice. That'll carry on for a while.
Yeah, that's right. So we'll know the results of any plurality races, any races where there's only two candidates, and if anybody gets that majority vote in a ranked choice race, then we'll know that result on election night. If a runoff occurs, it does take a few days.
And then when we get in, if a race does go into all the following ranked choice, if a candidate doesn't get to the 50%, we would find out the results of that kind of at one time. We don't go through every. It's not like, okay, tomorrow at 10 we'll know the second choice of a certain race. It all gets tabulated together.
The tabulation actually happens really quickly. We do kind of one race at a time, but it's all very fast. So those results will come out as we have the results.
Okay, so those will come out as you get those. Yep. True, and it's you described it's a software that runs the numbers.
That's right.
What would your message be to voters headed out Tuesday who still have a little speculation or lack of clarity about this process and how it works?
So my message to voters is, as long as you are voting for candidates that you believe in, you're voting correctly. And that's really the most important thing. Whether that's ranking multiple candidates or ranking just one candidate, that is totally the choice of the individual. It's also really important to remember that we've been using ranked choice voting here in the state of Maine for not even a decade. For the average voter, that's really not that many experiences with a ranked choice ballot or with ranked choice tabulation. We've also had some races that didn't have to go to a ranked choice runoff. So there's kind of that aspect of it too. But what I see are people continuously kind of gaining an understanding and a little bit more comfortability. And regardless of your opinion about ranked choice voting, it is the system that we use. People deserve to know how to use it. And so I really recommend checking out some of the resources that we have on our Secretary of State website so that you can learn a little bit more.
Knowledge is power, as we always say. And just briefly, want to point out that this is a very public process.
Yes.
This doesn't happen behind closed doors. You have a live stream that people will be able to watch.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Thank you for that reminder. So everybody can watch our live stream. It will be on our Secretary of State YouTube channel, and you can just kind of log in, watch that. And it is available in person to anybody that wants to make the trek up to Augusta. You could come watch in person, watch the live stream, and also give our office a call if you have any questions.
You're very helpful with all of the questions so many of us have, still on the learning curve of ranked choice voting. But Vanessa from the Secretary of State's office, thanks for joining us for our Friday Focus. Appreciate it.
Thanks so much.
We'll check in with Dana.